forecast first. Sponsored by Napleton's Kia of Urbana.
A little chilly out on this Friday evening in the Matex Heating and Cooling Weather Garden. We're at 48 right now in Champaign, 44 in Danville. It's still holding on to the lower 50s in places like Springfield, but at least the winds are down too. They're down, coming in only about, well, under 10 miles per hour in many locations, so that's at least good news there. For tomorrow, we're expecting a partly cloudy day. Temperatures will top out at 61, but the winds will once again be gusty. WCIA 3, your local news leader, starts right now.
Now on WCIA 3 News.
We want the county and township to get together instead of saying, well, that's so-and-so's problem.
That problem has been getting worse for years because there's no easy fix. What some say needs to be done. The picket line at UIS is still strong, but now those professors have some help. Who's backing them from Champaign?
Trina is the nicest person I've ever met. She has the biggest heart.
And all she wants to do is make people smile. How a group of them decided to return the favor.
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 10 in high definition.
Every time it rains a little bit, it floods.
A township has seen its fair share of waterlogged roads, but fixing it has proven to be tough. Good evening, I'm Aaron Bennett. People in the Summer Township say their homes have been flooding for years and nothing seems to be improving. WCIA 3's Emily Braun is live in our newsroom tonight. Emily, and they're not sure who to turn to at this point.
Aaron, that's because the issue gets a little complicated because some of their roads are managed by the city of Champaign. The county oversees others and the rest are under the township's jurisdiction. People there say all of them are in desperate need of repair.
If you turn down Wilbur Avenue, it's a bit of a bumpy ride. And right now, you'll probably make a splash.
I live up just a couple of blocks from here. It floods plumb into my backyard, under my house, in my yard, kills my grass.
John Martin says this has happened plenty of times before, and it doesn't take much to do it. He says rain comes in and seeps into these roads, creating deep puddles and soggy yards. And the drainage system they have isn't doing its job. What they do have is broken.
We want the county to put in some drainage, and not in 8 years. We want them to put in some storm drainage at least.
He and his neighbors have been reaching out to the township supervisor for answers, and they say he hasn't been giving any. We called the supervisor, who didn't want to go on camera, but said he's been trying to find a solution for years. He says a big problem is the geography. Summer lies in a low place that catches a lot of water easily. He also agrees with Martin that the tiling needs to be replaced, but he says making changes all boils down to dollars. So Martin hopes he'll see that money come in soon and do some good for his hometown.
We want the county and township to get together instead of saying, well, that's so-and-so's problem, that's township's problem, or that's county's problem, or that's city's problem. Why don't all three of them get together and see if they can't do something together to get this problem solved?
We asked the township supervisor how much he thinks it would cost to get the job done. He says it may take close to $100,000. The problem is, he says, for the past 20 years, no one has been wanting to pitch that in. Live in the newsroom, Emily Braun, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
All right, thank you, Emily. It is construction season, and one stretch may be causing some backups. IDOT is patching, milling, and resurfacing I-57 from south of I-74 to Sedoris Road. They say delays are possible, but they've been testing it every day and say it hasn't taken them longer than 20 minutes to get through the construction. For now, they say treat it like any other construction zone, slow down, and be aware of your surroundings. They say they have added signs 3 miles ahead of where their construction projects start to alert drivers. And crews responded to a car fire on the interstate tonight. A firefighter from Argenta Oriana posted this dash cam video. The car was engulfed, but crews were able to put it out quickly. No one was hurt. Well, after negotiating for 9 hours today, both UIS and the faculty union say they have made some progress toward a new contract. This is an update since 6. Nearly 170 professors have been on strike for 4 days now. But after today, the vice president of the UIS faculty says they have hope. She released a statement saying, quote, today we saw incremental change from the university administration and we are hopeful that a deal can be reached. The The faculty's negotiating team is willing to work marathon sessions through the weekend to settle this contract and get back to teaching and learning. We thank our students for their support on the picket line. Both sides are scheduled to meet again tomorrow. And the Champaign Federation of Teachers says they are standing behind the UIS faculty. Their Facebook page shared a petition going around to support a fair contract for professors there. The Champaign Teachers Union says it's only natural for them to support this cause. Their own members picketed several times for a fair contract for Champaign teachers last summer. CFT released a statement about the UIS strike saying, quote, "It is incredibly important for our students that the university is able to attract and retain high-quality faculty. We urge Chancellor Cook to return to the table to bargain a fair contract now." A 3-year-old in Douglas County is being told she can't go to school without a nurse. She has spinal muscular atrophy, or SMA. It's a condition that makes simple tasks like breathing and walking difficult. She started going to preschool at Atwood Grade School in March, but after her personal nurse was let go and the school couldn't provide her with a new one, her only option was to stay home. Her mother says it's heartbreaking to hear she can't go back without one.
Normal is not a word that we use very often in our house, but you know, the bus would come to the front of the house just like anybody else, and we would roll her down the ramp, and her big sister actually got to ride the bus with her.
Anderson offered to be her daughter's caregiver at school, an idea she got from other SMA parents in a Facebook group. Arthur Schools says that's not an option because the district follows the established school policy and state and federal laws. Anderson plans to work with Mia's doctors to get permission to be her caregiver. Senators from both sides of the aisle say they're getting close to a deal to fix the school funding formula. 2 bills are in the Senate right now that would change how schools get money, and they appear to be mostly the same. The gap between the rich and poor schools in Illinois is greater than in any other state. They say they have hope to get the funding figured out before school starts in the fall. Lawmakers are also trying to make the jobs of volunteer firefighters and paramedics easier. The Senate passed a bill today that would keep employers from punishing the volunteers for answering emergency calls and texts while at work. Most volunteers are reached by their personal cell phones when they need to be called out to an emergency. Senators say it's one way to make sure people don't get in the way of saving lives. Well, a fast food restaurant employee is getting an unexpected gift from her customers. Trina Williams has become well known for working at the McDonald's in Mahomet. Now several regulars are banding together to thank her. WCIA3's Aaron Eads is with us now. And Aaron, she didn't ask for this.
No, Aaron, the only thing Williams asks of people is for them to smile and have a great day. That enough inspired her regulars to do something nice. But when they found out a little more about her, they decided to go above and beyond.
Welcome back. You can order whenever you're ready.
The drive-thru.
Double cheese, 6-piece, unsweet tea. How you doing?
It won't cost you.
Total comes to $2.15. Thank you very much.
Cost you more than a couple dollars to get a bite to eat.
Thank you so much.
Still, the customers at this McDonald's
Most welcome.
get quite a bang for their buck.
You get something out of it, not just food.
Trina Williams has been chatting them up for a while.
2 years.
Trina is the nicest person I've ever met. She has the biggest heart. I wish we could clone her and have multiples of her.
Trina is like, she can just make your day.
Always telling me how happy she is to see my smile.
You only see her for a second, but she's always like, keep that smile, or hey, beautiful.
No need to introduce yourself.
She recognizes voices over the intercom.
Stop by more than once and you're in the loop.
That's just, I mean, you don't even hear of stuff like that anymore.
Everybody that comes in here, you know, something about them I know. It's either their kids or it's their job or what they order. I've always been nosy.
So it was only a matter of time before a handful of regulars got to talking.
All these people just started posting. And I thought, oh my gosh, everyone else thinks the same thing that we think of her. And I thought, you know, we kind of need to do something for her.
Becky Riley made this event page. She figured a couple dozen people might join, maybe get together, give Williams some flowers or a gift card.
It got out of control quick.
Comments upon comments. Praise all around for the crew members' camaraderie.
I was shocked to find out how many people were actually impacted by her.
It turned into something else when they learned Williams is living here. She says she's trying to help support 6 kids, plus save up for an apartment, and you'd never know it.
Cannot complain, my dear.
When her regulars found out, they raised more than $1,000 for her.
We all just kind of wanted to say, hey, you know what? It matters if you're here or not.
Don't get me wrong, I do need what they're offering. But the thing is that's not what I asked for. I want you to come through the drive-thru. I want you to smile.
So if there's one thing that's certain, It's that an extra value meal goes best
It keeps me happy.
with an extra side of positivity.
No rain and some wind. So we traded up. That's right.
Since several dozen donors raised more than $1,000 for Williams to help move her into an apartment, they've raised their goal to $5,000. They still plan on doing what they originally intended to, which is go through the drive-thru next week to give her small tokens of appreciation. Aaron?
All right, great story, Aaron. Seems like she's making a huge impact on obviously hundreds of folks there around the area.
Exactly.
All right, thank you. Well, dozens of kids hit the mats today. We'll tell you who they surprised. And still to come, one organization is hoping for a dry morning tomorrow, what they want people to come out for. Plus, Illinois softball has been trying to break a losing streak, and they have a lot riding on the line. We'll tell you what's at stake for the team.
Live from your local news leader, Jennifer Roscoe, Aaron Bennett, Central Illinois' most accurate forecast, and Brett Bairns on sports. You're watching WCIA 3 News at 10.